There was good matches last night in UFC in Mexico City Arena. Brandon Royval was fighting against flyweight champion Brandon Moreno. And there was also another rematch. Rodriguez was fighting against Ortega. In the rematch of Brandon Royval vs Brandon Moreno, Brandon Royval waited nearly 4 years, but he finally got his revenge with a hard-fought split decision win over Brandon Moreno. In the UFC Mexico City main event, their first fight ended with Moreno scoring TKO after Royval suffered an injury, but following a disappointing outing in a title fight back in January, had a lot to prove on Saturday night. As a lifelong fan of Nate and Nick Diaz, Royval employed a similar game plan as the UFC veteran by showing incredible output, volume, striking, and relenting pace to keep Moreno off balance through the fight. Royval may have lost a couple of the early rounds, but he stayed in the Moreno's face and threw more than 400 strikes during the 5-round affair. When the final scorecard were tallied, two judges gave Royval the win with 48/47 scores, while the third official scored 49/46 for Moreno. That was still more than enough for Royval to get the nod, as he returns to the win column and get a much more satisfying conclusion for his second fight with Moreno. The second big fight was Rodriguez vs Ortega in Mexico City. After 19 layoff due to shoulder surgery and a disastrous opening round on Saturday, Brian Ortega looked as if his days as an elite featherweight were behind him. Instead, Ortega relied on his grappling to rally back from the brink to score a dramatic third-round submission win over Rodriguez in their rematch, which served as the co-main event of UFC Fight Night at the Arena CDMX in Mexico City. Despite a busted nose and an injury right ankle he appeared to badly roll during the pre-fight introduction, the 33-year-old Ortega 6'1", kept pace up to 145-pound ranking. Not only did he snap a streak of 3 defeats in 4 fights against elite foes, Ortega possibly secured a third shot of UFC gold in the form of new featherweight champion Topuria. The second attempt started with an injury and ended in victory in a rollercoaster 15-minute stretch. Ortega 15/4 MMA, 7/4 UFC, overcame an ankle injury and a strike to defeat Rodriguez 48-5 MMA, 10/4 UFC by arm choke at 0/58 marks of round 3. Thank you for being with me. That was night in Mexico City in UFC. Please subscribe and like. Have a nice moment.